Hi, my name is Andrea Difabio, and I'm coming to you from the iconic Colonial Theater for the 23rd Annual First Glance Film Festival, Philadelphia. Joining me today is actor, writer, producer, and Grammy Award-winning musician, Corey Taylor. Corey, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Oh, no worries. Thanks for having me.
In the horror thriller Bad Candy, which made its Philly premiere at First Glance on Friday the 13th. He plays Psychotronic FM Halloween show reenactment DJ Chili Billy.
Yep.
Corey, can you tell us a little bit about the film and your role?
It's a pretty cool little taut horror movie that has there's a linear story going through it, but it's really kind of made up of different short stories, almost like a creep show kind of format, which is pretty cool. It's basically reenactments of the stories that I'm actually telling on the radio for the most part. But yeah, it's really cool. It was a small budget film done by some people who knew my manager and who had worked with him before, and they asked if I wanted to be a part of it, and it was just, I was like, yeah, of course, I'm totally down, you know.
Was there anything in particular about the project that really drew you to it? Was it the genre?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I mean, nobody's hitting me up for Oscar bait. Let's put it that way. But which is fine. But I just love. I've been a horror fan my whole life, and you know, that's reflected in the movies that I've been in, the music that I make, the bands and stuff that I've contributed to. So it was just you know, just one more thing for me to kind of, you know, try and stretch and do whatever. Anytime I get like a little bit part like that, I'm always down to, you know, try new stuff. I haven't been killed yet, though. That's the problem. Like, I'm looking, if anybody's casting,
you're waiting to do that?
Need a victim, I am your guy. I'll go gore. I don't care. Let's just do this.
Well, I was going to ask you if there's a role that you haven't played yet that you would like to play. So it's any role that would get you killed.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I would love, ostensibly, I would love to play a role where I have to do like a half body cast, and then they just make my head explode. You know, like that, to me, just to be able to see that on film would be pretty rad.
Do you have any cool stories from being on set?
When it comes to Bad Candy, I got to work with Zach Gallion, which was really rad. You know, I was a big fan of his work when I was growing up and stuff, and getting to work with him and meet him, he's just such a cool dude that it just made it easy, man. I mean, we were there like for, you know, 2 full days, like really kind of mapping out and filming everything. And we just rolled with it, man. We just had as much fun as we could, and just making fun of each other. And you know, other than that, man, I've had some pretty cool experiences on some of the other movies that I've been on. Like, I was in a movie called Fear Clinic with Robert Englund, which was pretty incredible. You know, he was such an amazing actor to work with, and just so giving, and gave me a lot of props at the end of my shoot, you know, and I've always kind of carried that with me, you know. So I've been very fortunate to work with people who I've looked up to over the years, and yeah, just looking forward to the next one.
Well, and the reenactment stories that you talked about in the film in Bad Candy, was there one in particular that was your favorite?
Oh man, the yeah, I think I can't remember the character's name. I think it was Larry, but it's the one with the army buddies who are like kidnapping people and taking them out into the field for their buddy to basically just kind of destroy. I just thought that was so funny and unique. You know, it's like, you know, They come back from a military tour, and their buddy's been infected and is turned into like this crazy monster. So they're like, you know what, we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna lean into this instead of like maybe trying to fight against him. They're like, you know what, he's our boy. We're gonna do what we can for him. So I got a kick out of that one, and then seeing it come to fruition when the movie was put together, I was like, yeah, they nailed that.
Well, there were some gory scenes in the movie which I loved, and really cool makeup and costumes. So, were you able to, like you said, you have some props from another film that you worked on? Were you able to take anything home or get to
I'm
put
supposed
any of
to.
that stuff?
I'm supposed to be getting. They're supposed to be sending me the actual neon sign that said Chili Billy. I asked them if I could have that because I was going to put it up in my kind of cave of trophies, basically, as it were. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's probably because they were holding on to it for whatever. But yeah, I've got that. I've got a couple of things. I have a fake mustache that I had from some reshoots that I did on Fear Clinic. Because when I shot the movie, I had an actual mustache. But then once that wrapped, I shaved it off, not realizing that we were going to do some pickups and stuff.
Right.
And so they had to put like this really weak fake mustache on me, and it just kept falling off like wings on a really bad plane. And I was just like, oh well. And I just stuck them in my pocket. I forgot they were there, and I just have those, and I put them on a little piece of paper and like Bauer's fake mustache.
Or are you working on any new film projects right now?
I'm actually kind of behind the scenes right now. I wrote a script that I've actually been working in pre-production with a handful of people to get it off the ground, called Zombie versus Ninja. And yeah, and it's exactly as described. It is exactly as advertised. It's that ridiculous. It's
Well,
a
maybe
kind of
you can
a
get a cameo
con.
in that
What's
and get
that?
killed. Maybe you could get a shot of your, in there yourself and get
They
killed.
want me to be one of the heroes in it, and I'm like, no, no. I just like I'll do that, but then let me be an extra as well, like a zombie that gets like chopped in half or whatever. Um, yeah, so I'm working on that right now, and yeah, we're kind of full steam ahead on that, and I'm a producer on that, and it's been one of my goals in life is to write a script and then produce it and take it to the basically the red carpet, see a project from soup to nuts and make it and just witness the journey and really feel the fulfillment of it.
Well, talking about a project from soup to nuts, for those that don't know, that you are the front man for Slipknot and Stone Sour,
Yeah.
and you just released your debut solo album. So congratulations on that.
Thank
Um,
you.
can you talk to us a little bit about that and what the process was like to create that during the pandemic? And can you let fans give them an idea a little bit about what the record will sound like?
Well, the record, it's basically made up of songs that I've written over the years that I just didn't have a home for. As a songwriter, you constantly find yourself kind of writing for, in this case, when you have two bands, you write a bunch of stuff, and one will, obviously go with one or the other, but then you have like this whole gray area of things that you write that is more maybe a reflection of your background, like your music style or whatever, or the stuff that you listen to. And I found myself like over the years, this is going back 20 years, with just this stockpile of songs that I realized I wanted to, kind of put out there and show this other side of me. And I'd been threatening to do it for about 10 years. And it just, for whatever reason, it would just kind of stop and start. And it was something that I was planning to do anyway at the beginning of next year. And then COVID hit. I found myself off the road, not working, and I realized that if we did it safely and did it correctly, we could possibly go in while everything was, while everything was on pause, record it, put it out there, and give people something new to listen to and new to, kind of, take the edge off of, the quarantine blues, So we went in. I already knew what the album was going to be, so me and my some of my best friends, people I've jammed with for almost 20 years, we went in, recorded the whole thing in just under 3 weeks, and I mean, did it live, just knocked it out like old school, and then the rest is history, So it's doing really well. The first single is actually #1 at Active Rock Radio for 2 weeks, so that's Black Eyes Blue. It's doing really well.
That's great. Congratulations. I,
Thank you.
I have seen the video for that, and it's quite artistic. How
Right.
involved do you get involved much in the production of?
Um, I usually I usually write the treatments for a lot of the song, like a lot of the videos that we do. Um, with the exception of Slipknot, I've written a handful for that. But with Stone Sour and certainly with this, it's definitely something that I'm way more hands on with. So with Black Eyes Blue, metaphorically, I wanted it to be this uh, this story of trying to break patterns that we all have in life of repeating mistakes and repeating bad behavior and finding that one thing that can pull us out of that kind of insane sense of perpetuity, and that's kind of what that was.
Well, with Bad Candy, where can folks see Bad Candy going forward?
Well, I think they're hoping for so obviously some streaming access. I know that they had talked before everything shut down. I know they were talking about a limited theatrical run. I think we're going to put it up on our website, notfest.com, and do it there. But also just trying to get it, just trying to get it out to the streaming services. I know Netflix was in the mix, so hopefully some of the big dogs pick up on it and people can check it out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today at First Glance.
Oh, no
I
worries.
really
Thank you for
enjoyed the
having me.
movie. I really enjoyed your performance.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Hopefully next time it's more bloody for me.